Mr. Speaker, sir, it is with very great pleasure that I welcome the proposals which the Honorable Minister announced while presenting the demand for grants for the Ministry of Agriculture. In recent times, there has been a general feeling that the agriculturists in our country do not receive as much encouragement as they deserve at the hands of the government. I am quite sure that the announcements made by the Honorable Minister will bring a ray of hope in the minds of the farmers all over the country. I hope that the government is very well aware of the fact that the need for increasing the agricultural production is greater at the present moment than at any other time in the past. Of course, I do agree that we are in a very comfortable position as far as the food front is concerned. We have enough stock of food grains at the present time, and we are also hopeful of a bumper harvest in some parts of the country. Our public distribution system is functioning fairly, satisfactorily, and the poor people are able to get their requirements of commodities at low prices. But at the same time, we cannot afford to overlook the fact that the balance of payments position is not favorable so far as we are concerned. Of course, we have been able to manage a very difficult situation which we had to face in recent months, but there is no doubt that there has to be a further improvement in the position as early as possible. We will be able to achieve this only by increasing our exports. Keeping this in view, the government is already taking steps to encourage exports from the policy statements being made from time to time, both on the floor of the house and outside. I think that the various controls and constraints on exports are likely to be removed as soon as possible. I am quite sure that these measures will go a long way in boosting our exports. But there is one important aspect which we have to take into consideration. If we look at the composition of our exports, we may find that agricultural commodities formed a major part of our exports even in recent years. Now, if we decide to adopt a more liberal policy in the matter of exports, we can only expect a further increase in the quantities of food grains and other agricultural products exported to other countries. This position may continue so long as the government policy and the global market conditions are favorable to the exporters. In this connection, we have also to consider a situation where in a particular year the outflow of food grains by way of exports may go up to such an extent as to result in scarcities within the country. I think that such a situation may lead to consequences which may not be to our liking. First of all, the prices in the open market may go up. Secondly, the government may have to incur heavy expenditure in the form of subsidies for the purpose of maintaining the public distribution system. Therefore, there is every necessity for our agricultural production to keep pace with the possible increase in our exports. Sir, I wish to make only one suggestion in this regard, in addition to the suggestions made by my honorable friends on this side of the house. In spite of all our efforts, over the past several years, we still see vast tracts of land lying wastes. From this, we can easily come to the conclusion that our farmers just do not have the capital to reclaim those lands and bring them under cultivation. I know for certain that there are some big business houses who are interested in making investments in farming as part of their diversification programs. They may be in a position to make it a profitable venture because they have the required capital and also their own export houses. Perhaps they may expect some concessions like tax incentives from the government. Even now, in the field of industries, we are extending such concessions to export oriented units. Therefore, I request the government to devise a suitable policy so as to attract private investment in export oriented farming. If this is done, large areas of wasteland can be brought under cultivation At the same time, our exports of farm products will go up without determinant to the domestic requirements. With these words, I conclude my speech.